In this project, we're going to code a CSS drop-down menu. Open HP 11-5, and you need to open all the HTML files and the CSS file in code. In order to configure, well, let me show you. This is currently what our website looks like. We have several pages. When we hover over cuisine, we want a drop-down menu to show that gives us an option to go to the breakfast page, the lunch page, or the dinner page. To code that, we need to add a nested unordered list within our nav section. Find the cuisine, and this needs to go within its LI. So after the anchor tag closes, but before the list item closes, press enter. That is where we are going to code our unordered list. So we'll have UL, we'll have LI, and then for each LI we'll have an href, one that links to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. So I'm on the index page. We want all of our pages to have this new navigation structure. So instead of just copying and pasted what we added, we would have to make sure that we got in between that list item each time. Let's just copy the whole navigation section and we'll replace that on each page. Now note again that for cuisine we have opening LI, our anchor tag, close anchor, then we have our nested unordered list, then we have our closing LI, and then on with our next. Okay, so let's copy this navigation section, and like I said, we need to replace each page. So just to keep up with it better, I'm going to close each one after I copy. So I'm replacing the nav on breakfast, replacing the nav on coffee, replacing the nav on contact, replacing the nav on cuisine, replacing the nav on dinner, directions, and lunch. Perfect. Okay, now let's modify our CSS. So a few things we need to add, so I'll go down here to the bottom. We need to target only the unordered list that's within our unordered list that's within our nav section. So we'll have this descendant selector. So we're setting its position to absolute, gave it a background color, padding 0, text align left, and we're saying display none. The reason we set display to none at this point is because we only want it to display when we hover. Now let's target the list items that are in that new unordered list that we nested inside the other unordered list that was in the nav section. Okay, for this we set a border, display block, set a width, padding, and margin left. Now finally we want to create our hover, so we'll do nav li hover ul display block. Now if we refresh in the browser, when we hover over cuisine, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we can hover over there and it would take us to the respective pages. So that is how you can code a drop-down list using CSS.